last week around the globe. Friends, this is a new series on my channel. Every Monday evening at 5, I'm going to publish a video in this series. I'll be explaining the most interesting news, wonders, and unique events from around the world that happened last week in the most entertaining way possible. I hope and wish that you'll continue to support this series. So, shall we dive into the content? Number 1. Telegram founder Pavel Durov has 100 children in 12 countries, all without getting married. Sounds incredible, right? Pavel is currently 39 years old. When he was 24, his best friend approached him for help as he couldn't have children. After being convinced by his friend, Pavel decided to donate his sperm. After a while, his friend had a baby, and the happiness in his friend's family was something Pavel could never forget. Since then, whenever someone was unable to have children and needed a sperm donation, Pavel stepped in. He became a father to many children and saw the joy in their parents' eyes. However, for some personal reasons, he has now stopped donating sperm. He even wrote about it on Telegram, mentioning that he wanted to raise awareness about sperm donation. Number 2. Bangladesh's Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has fled to India because of threats to her life. To understand why, you need to know some history. Bangladesh was originally known as East Pakistan, a part of the country that separated from India in the year 1947. At that time, West Pakistan, that is today's Pakistan, and East Pakistan, that is Bangladesh, were part of one nation. Sheikh Hasina's father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, founded a political party called the Awami League. Although East and West Pakistan were geographically separate, elections were held together and the government was unified. In the elections held on 7 December 1970, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman won almost all the seats in East Pakistan. Meanwhile, several candidates contested the elections in West Pakistan, but each won only a few seats. According to the results, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman should have become Prime Minister of both East and West Pakistan. But the dominance of the Urdu-speaking population in West Pakistan over the Bengalis in East Pakistan was significant. The Pakistani military couldn't accept Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's victory and flatly refused to allow him to become Prime Minister. In March, after 3 months of talks, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman declared East Pakistan an independent country called Bangladesh. In response, the Pakistani military sent troops to reclaim Bangladesh, leading to a 9-month war in which 3 million people died. Bangladesh turned to India for help, and in just 11 days, the Indian military defeated the Pakistani army, securing Bangladesh's independence in the year 1971. During the 9-month war, many people sacrificed their lives in support of the Awami League party and for the country's independence. To honor these sacrifices, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman announced a 30% reservation for the families of these martyrs. Everything went well for a while, but as the decades passed, the literacy rate increased. Of course, the number of jobs should have increased, but instead of jobs being given on the basis of merit, they were given on the basis of reservation. This led students to ask, what about the fate of the truly talented? As a result, students took to the streets in protest. After years of protests and hundreds of deaths, Sheikh Hasina finally cancelled these reservations in 2018. But the families of those who fought for Bangladesh's independence took the matter to court and succeeded in overturning the decision. This reignited the unrest, and the situation spiraled out of control. The violence and disorder was so severe that the Supreme Court had to intervene and reduce the 30% reservation to 5%. Despite this, the anger of the students did not subside. The entire nation of Bangladesh was destroyed in the chaos. The Supreme Court scheduled a hearing for 8 August, promising a verdict in favor of all. Even then, the public did not stop. With no other option, the Bangladeshi military issued a warning to Sheikh Hasina, giving her 45 minutes to resign and leave the country. Fearing for her life, Prime Minister Hasina fled Bangladesh and sought refuge in India. You may ask, why would she flee just because of a military warning? The same military had brutally killed her father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, not only him, but his entire family. Only 2 members of that family survived, one of them Sheikh Hasina. It's worth noting that Sheikh Hasina had previously been Prime Minister of Bangladesh 4 times. Number 3. In this world, there are only 24 hours in a day, but many people wish for at least 1 extra hour, don't they? Well, that day may be coming soon. The Earth's rotation is reportedly slowing down, and scientists say that in the future, we may have 25 hours in a day. But this change won't happen anytime soon. It could take at least 200 million years. Hard to believe? About 1.4 million years ago, a day on Earth was not 24 hours as it is now, but only 18 hours and 41 minutes. You might ask, how can scientists predict this? Using ring laser technology, scientists have placed instruments 20 meters deep into the Earth and based on the graphs they've produced, they've estimated this change. Friends, do you think that reading just one incredibly interesting story can change a person's life? Can you imagine that just reading this story to your children could teach them the values they need in life? Do you think that every problem you face or will face in life can be solved by reading a story? Yes, it's possible. With the greatest epic ever told in the history of mankind, the Mahabharata. This story is 100 times bigger than any blockbuster film. It's a challenge. The complete story of the Mahabharata, written in the words of Vikram Aditya, is available in 2 volumes, both in book and ebook format on Amazon and 43 other online stores. This book is available in 54 languages worldwide. The links are in the description below this video, so order your copy now. For this is not just a book, it is a library of wisdom for your life. Number 4. In Wayanad, Kerala, floods and landslides claimed the lives of people as they slept, unaware that it would be their last night. Before anyone could understand what was happening that night, 308 lives were lost. If you look closely at Kerala, you'll notice that almost the entire state is nestled within the Western Ghats. Landslides and soil erosion are common in these Ghats, given their nature. On the day the floods hit Wayanad, there was an intense and terrifying downpour with nearly 2 feet of rainfall recorded. The sheer force of the water caused the soil at the foot of the mountains to erode, weakening the ground and triggering landslides. The place where the rain started is 2,000 meters above sea level. The flooded village of Mundakai lies 1,000 meters below. Imagine the devastation caused by rocks and water sliding down a 45-degree slope from that height. The speed of the flood was so great that bridges were swept away, houses destroyed, and entire villages wiped out. The Western Ghats ecosystem receives about 2 meters of rainfall a year. In 2011, Madhav Gadgil, head of the Western Ghats Ecology Department, recommended that the government declare the Western Ghats an eco-sensitive zone. This would have prevented new construction such as houses, resorts, and hotels. Had they listened to this, it would also have led to banning of mining, illegal sand mining, and clearing of lands for the sake of agriculture, as well as the construction of highways and railway lines. Gadgil warned that any disturbance in the area would result in significant damage. Despite these warnings, successive governments have ignored his recommendations. This negligence has had serious consequences. In 2018, floods in Kerala claimed 483 lives. The following year, in 2019, landslides in Puthumala, Wayanad, killed 17 people. In 2021, heavy rains caused more landslides, killing 53 people. In 2022, another landslide claimed 18 lives. And now, in 2024, 308 people have lost their lives in landslides. So let's pray for Kerala. Number 5. Sunitha Williams has been stranded in space for over 50 days. Due to the lack of gravity in space, the mineral density of her body has been decreasing at a rate of 1 to 1.5% per month. Sunitha Williams and another scientist called Butch Wilmore went into space on 5 June to the International Space Station, ISS. They had a mission that was only supposed to last 9 days. The plan was to complete their work and return by 14 June. However, just as they were about to leave, a helium gas leak in the Boeing Starliner capsule caused problems with the guidance control thrusters. These various technical problems have prevented them from returning. This long stay in space has raised concerns about the health of Sunitha Williams and Butch Wilmore. Sending another rocket to bring them back is also a challenge, as the mission has already cost $4.5 billion. Sunitha Williams is 58 years old, and prolonged time in space can increase the pressure on her bones, leading to a loss of bone density. In addition, space conditions do not allow for the production of vitamin D, leading to calcium deficiency and mineral imbalances that further weaken bone density. There are also concerns about possible brain problems. Let's hope she gets home safely soon. Friends, let's meet again next Monday evening at 5 p.m. If you haven't already done so, please order my Mahabharata book now. The links are in the description below this video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so immediately. Until then, take care and bye.